Hey, we're your hosts.
I'm Charlotte.
And I'm Jonathan.
And we believe that one of the most valuable gifts you can give to yourself is the gift of wholeness through integrating all aspects of what it means to be human.
And in this podcast, we're bringing you insight, information, and inspiration to move from a stressful to stress-free life.
Your journey to becoming even healthier and happier starts right now.
Welcome to Wellness Theory, the podcast. 2020 has been a unique year and full of many lessons. And we thought, what better way to close the year than to get together some of our community to share their biggest lessons of 2020.
This podcast takes a new form today as we hand over the microphone. Our community inspire us every single day and they're the reason why we do what we do. So we're honoured that they've shared their time, energy and allowed us to feature their biggest lessons from this year. So here goes. Enjoy.
My name's Kevin from Switzerland, and the biggest lesson I've learnt this year is how powerful a morning routine can be. For me, it's been a great opportunity to cultivate gratitude, centre myself before the day gets going, connecting myself to gain even more clarity on why I experience certain emotions and sensations, and just learning how powerful staying in the moment can be. Through this practice, I gained much more awareness and started looking inside for solutions instead of blaming outer factors. Realising that we already have everything we could ever ask for and that it's just a matter of getting rid of the layers on top has given me great confidence and has inspired me to go even deeper every single day on this amazing journey. Have an amazing 2021, guys, and I wish you all the best. Bye for now.
Hello, my name is Demi, and my biggest lesson this year for 2020 is all about heart and brain coherence. Heart and brain coherence is actually really important to create a new future. When we have a clear intention, this is having a coherent brain. And then when we combine it with an elevated emotion, this is a coherent heart. And they need to work together. And this is how we change our energy. And when we change our energy, we change our life. When we have heart and brain coherence, simply put, it helps us move our biology from living in the past to living in the future. Because as we all know, living in the past or keep having recurring thoughts about the past is keeping us literally in the past. It's having a heart and brain coherence helps us to shift from being a victim to actually being a creator. Besides that, learning and practicing to have heart and brain coherence is also beneficial for our health and general well-being. I actually had this important lesson of heart and brain coherence taught to me by Charlotte. And I have to say that even though I had amazing lessons this year, heart and brain coherence is the biggest one, and I am so grateful to having learned this. And I have been going deeper and deeper into this subject. So thank you, Charlotte.
Hello, my name is Widad al-Kipsi. This year with COVID-19, I learned that things can change and it's up to us to accept it or not. So it was up to me if I wanted to stay in bed, get depressed, get all sad, or just be positive about it and do the things that I was not able to do before. At home and enjoy and learn, read more books, do yoga, meditate, learn new things. We have YouTube, we have TV, and just be positive about it. And also something else I learned this year is that by shifting the way I think, I was able to change my beliefs towards my personality or how I think or how I think about people also or about myself. I was able to change them by just shifting my thoughts, by being just aware of what I'm thinking and why I'm thinking that. able to shift all of those thoughts, and it made me feel better, because even like just thinking, oh, I'm an anxious person, as soon as I just shifted that thought, I don't feel anxious anymore. And it's honestly, it is amazing, because it's like crazy how we believe something that's not even true.
Hi, my name is Asma, and the biggest lessons I've learned in 2020 are that it's okay to love myself unconditionally and fully, and genuinely know what it means to love myself fully and to accept myself fully, and that it's okay to prioritize myself, that it's okay to prioritize my space, my physical body, that it's okay to enforce my boundaries with love and kindness, and that it's okay to fill my cup first and share from the overflow, and that when I show up for myself fully, whether it be seeing the positive aspects or the negative aspects, it means that I'm showing up for all that is and for all humanity and for those around me. This year I have learned more about what it means to be compassionate and to grow, what it really means when I say to grow. And I think 2020 allowed me to explore my relationship with myself and understand who I am and what it is that I really want. And by that, I was able to understand my relationships with those around me and my relationship with myself physically, spiritually, energetically, and emotionally, and even mentally, my relationship with reality, my relationship with those I care about and love. And I think it is so beautiful if we genuinely sit down and look at who we really are. Take a pause and reset and see who am I? Who am I? And what do I really want? And how can I achieve that? And that it's okay to say no. It's okay to rest. It's okay to just be.
Hi, my name is Ewan, and my biggest lesson this year is around love and fear. Now, I've been awakening to this more and more so over a number of years, but it's really become more grounded in me this year in the acknowledgement that I'm either acting out of love or fear, and that I need to, when making a decision, following a certain path, I need to ask myself the question, am I acting out of love or am I acting out of fear? And in the fast-pacedness of life, I can get a little bit lost in that. And I suppose the greatest lesson is that asking oneself this question can bring great clarity in the direction that we choose. Back in August, I had an operation. I had a tumour in my stomach, and it was removed. And as I lay on the bed, on a lot of morphine because I was in a great deal of pain, and anyway, I was in this kind of different state, this whole nother almost dimension, and a message came to me because I was in a place of doubt. And I was asking, what is the thing to do? Which is the way to turn? And the message that came back was, there is only one way to turn. There is only one path, the path of love. So, and this was profound for me in the moment. So now, when I step back from myself and I acknowledge that I will be either acting out of, majoritively speaking, love or fear, then I can move in a path, move to the path of love and live a more contented and well life, and learn to look after myself better, and therefore learn to look after and look out for those who I love and care about, and those who just come into my life in each day. So my lesson for 2020 is always act from a place of love and acknowledge your fears so that you can then heal those at a deeper level, and therefore find greater ease in stepping into decisions that are coming from a motive of love. Love yourself, love all. That's my message. That's my lesson. And I hope that's of value to you. And I wish you the most love and success for yourself and all those around you for 2021.
My name is Ahlam. Biggest lessons learned this year are: small steady progress is better than no progress at all. Know your why of whatever you want to do. Just make sure that your why is strong and resonates with you. Otherwise, it's not a good why and you're not doing it for the right reasons.
Hi guys, my name is Chontell Randalls. I worked with Charlotte over 2 years ago, but I still believe that all the lessons that she taught me and I've learned along the way are still so valid and ongoing. The biggest lesson I think I learned was not to pull the victim card. That when you do pull the victim card, you hand your power over to something or somebody else. And it was so profound and such an awakening to know that I had the power all along and that I could change whatever I wanted to change. And then I didn't have to live the way I was living or think the way I was thinking or be so unraveled or anxious or depressed like I was. I think it's one of the biggest life lessons I've ever learned and will ever learn. And Charlotte taught me that and showed me that I could take my power back and I could stand within myself and in my power. So that's just one of the lessons, but there have been so many. I'm so grateful to have worked with her and to be inspired and led and driven by everything she's taught me.
My name is Luville, and the biggest lesson I have learned this year is that it doesn't really matter how you plan things or how ready you will be. It's about being resilient despite of what we are going through. Accepting the reality that it's a tough time, yet we have the power to adapt and finally survived. It's safe to say that it's out of our control to be in this very tough situation. Yet for me, it's also not an excuse and just blame someone else. After all, I am very grateful more than I do from the previous years of my life because God showed me how I am still blessed with all the things I have, whether it be personally or professionally. Tough time like this gave me an opportunity to reflect how I dealt with all the things in the past. That time is one of the most precious things I could ever have. This year, I may not be able to do all the things I want, but I don't want to waste my time worrying or stressing myself of what is happening around me. After all, 2020 is still 2020, and the numbers that we can all see in that year won't change. 2020. Despite all of this, let's all regain our hope and faith, enjoy each moment, and appreciate every single little thing we have. In every journey we have in life, we can only enjoy the view if we take our time to slow down.
My name is Kyle McCormick, and my lesson for 2020 is this. Come off social media for a year. Give your brain a rest from the information onslaught. You won't miss it, and it won't miss you. Focus on yourself instead of everybody else. You don't need to know what they're doing, and they don't need to know what you're doing. It's just better that way. Don't listen to the news. It's never good news anyway, and it almost will never directly impact your life. It's an irrelevant distraction that you don't need. If something's important enough, you'll find out. When the whole world goes to shit, you can choose not to get on board. Continue to live your life as you like. Go through the shitstorm in your own little happy bubble of ignorance. Read books, journal every day about how things went each day. Actively study something that you're interested in that will lead to growth. Get to know new people whenever possible. Find out people's stories. Be open-minded and willing to try new things. Fear is just an advising signal from the mind, and you don't need to give in to it every time. Simply acknowledge it's there and carry on. Fill your head with useful and enlightening information and get rid of the useless crap that doesn't serve you. Listen to audiobooks, inspiring and wise people, speeches, listen to the Joe Rogan podcast daily. Be open-minded to everyone that you listen to. There's something to be learned from everyone. Get familiar with Wim Hof. Practice this method daily. Cold water and breathing will change your life. And finally, when you think you're down and out and you want to quit, just keep going. You've got more in you than you think.
I'm Tamara Walpole, nutritional therapy coach, and my biggest lesson of 2020 is to decide what you want out of life. Be really clear on it, write it down, visualize it. It can be small, it can be big. So whether it's just to lose some weight or to begin a side business or to start a new hobby, start painting, start playing football, whatever it is, just be clear on what you want and then make a start starting to make it happen. So to do that, you might have to put perfectionism aside. No one is judging you or your skills or your abilities to succeed. And my favourite quote from Elizabeth Gilbert regarding perfectionism is that perfectionism is really just fear in just a fancy mink coat. So I definitely needed that this year, and I would definitely say that is one of my biggest lessons. So when you make a start, it doesn't have to be a huge overhaul in your life. It doesn't mean you have to do anything massive or scary. It just means doing something small, whether it's just reading a book on weight loss or just setting up an Instagram account for your business. So one small step at a time is all you need. Just stay focused on what you want and just stay consistent and keep going. And that is my biggest lesson of 2020.
Hi, my name is Nora, and the biggest lesson I've learned this year is to be kind to yourself and to show up. You don't need a big to-do list or an enormous bucket list or even to plan your day to the minute. You don't have to punish yourself if you can't achieve what you've planned. Sometimes just being there and showing up is equal to doing your best. Be kind to yourself and accept that sometimes you'll just be. Sometimes you don't feel like it or just can't. Allow it, embrace it, but always show up. Show up to yourself, show up to your family, to your friends, but most importantly, show up to yourself and your goals and your dreams. One of the most important or most amazing things that helped me to show up is the monthly review commitment with Charlotte and Jonathan. It didn't have to be a perfect month, I just needed to be there. So when things are happening around you but you're feeling stuck, just go along and you'll start happening too. Everything starts to happen if we allow it to, both negative and positive. So be mindful of your choices, but always be kind and show up.
Hi, my name is Stacey. The biggest lesson 2020 has taught me is what gratitude really is. Gratitude to me isn't comparing yourself to others, nor is it creating a long checklist of all the things that you think you should be grateful for. For me, instead, gratitude is waking up every morning knowing that because you've woken up and because you are here, that your life isn't over yet. My life isn't over. Gratitude to me is realizing that all the things that I thought I wouldn't get through, or all the difficult times that we thought we can't overcome, we have made it through. We're out on the other side. Gratitude for me is realizing that all the things that we go through, whether good, bad, or indifferent, are just temporary. And realizing that all we genuinely have, is today, this present moment. Because we have no idea what tomorrow will bring. Gratitude for me is embracing today, breathing through today, experiencing today, and being kind to myself. Because I'm the only person that I have 24/7.
Hi, my name is Nurhamizah Bustami, and the biggest lesson I've learned this year is to love myself, to be kind and compassionate towards myself. For the longest time, I have a habit of getting into lots of negative self-talks, mentally beating myself up for even the smallest failures, like missing one training session or making a grammar mistake in an essay. The biggest frustration I always have is when I fail to keep up to the goals that I've set for myself. I have a very high expectation, packing my schedule to the max, trying to rush my progress, that I basically just setting myself up for failures. And when I did fail, I start to mentally beat myself up again. And this has been going on for a very long time, that it literally becomes a cycle of self-abuse and self-sabotage. This inner self-talk exaggerate even the smallest failure, making me feel so angry, disappointed, frustrated, unworthy and undeserving of being successful. I cannot enjoy even the smallest win because I'm so fixated on my failure. My frustration towards myself eventually affect the people around me, and I acknowledge that this is a problem that stems from the lack of self-worth and self-love. So I learned this year that I don't need to sacrifice my inner peace and love that I'm supposed to feel towards myself just for the sake of reaching my goals. It's more important to love myself, to honor myself, to treat myself with kindness and compassion, be patient in my journey, to respect my progress, to understand that there are ups and downs in life, and to have those are all okay. These failures, getting off tracks, the challenges are all parts of life, parts of the process, and they are not a reflection of who I am as a person.
Hi, my name is Lynetter from Cocoon Coaching Solutions, and one of the biggest lessons I've learned this year is the importance of breathwork. And it's one of those things that's so simple and so easy in fact, that we do it all the time. But actually, the breathwork I'm discussing or talking about is diaphragmatic breathing, because we often, particularly in times of stress, breathe from our chest, where actually, if we could just draw our attention to the diaphragm, and something that I say to some of my clients is to actually concentrate almost as if there's a balloon inside your diaphragm, and you want to inhale and try and fill up that balloon, and just to hold and then release. And we can do this on the breath of 4. So we inhale, pushing out our diaphragm, expanding that balloon, holding for 1, and then slowly exhaling again. And this is something that's so simple, so easy. You can do for 2 minutes. It reduces stress. It can be fun to teach little ones how to manage anxiety with this technique, and it's without a shadow of a doubt helped me throughout this whole period in time. So yes, 2020 has been a particularly interesting year, but this has helped myself and my family, and the best thing is, guys, it's free. Okay, all the best.
Hello, my name is Aisha. At first, I want to thank Jonathan and Charlotte to give me this opportunity to share my greatest lesson that I have learned in 2020. As we all know that 2020 wasn't an easy year to any of us. Absolutely, we know why, because of COVID-19. But at least we will come out of this year with many lessons that, if not forever stuck in our mind, at least they will remain for a very, very long time. Absolutely. The most important things that I have learned in this year is to value our simplest blessing. Absolutely. The blessing without being grateful, that will may not stay with us for a very long time. I realized that my daily routine, which I thought it was boring, is the most things that I wanted, or to get it back in this moment or in this time. And to be honest with you, I'm very, very, very grateful for that daily routine, which I describe by a boring daily routine. It's the most thing that I miss it these days. It was like going to university, hanging out with a friend without wearing this mask, or drinking coffee in your favorite coffee shop. All of these things become very complicated in this time, because a lot of instruction that we follow it to when we are going to any place in this situation or in these circumstances with COVID-19. So I become appreciate all of things that I have, all the blessing that I have, even if it was great or even it was simple. I be grateful and very thankful for everything that I have it, because we didn't know when we gonna lose all this blessing. So maybe it was the most important things that I have learned in 2020. And in the end, I want to thank Charlotte and Jonathan again, and I'm so glad to be a part of Wellness Theory. They are such a very amazing support.
Hello, my name is Rosie, and one of the biggest lessons I have learnt this year is to always live life as if it were your last day. Do the things you want to do. Do what makes you happy. And always love the ones dearest to you and let them know you don't know if it's going to be their last day or not either.
Hi guys, my name is Darren. I want to share with you the biggest biggest thing that I've learned for 2020. Everything is practically stress related, and the more stress that you have in your stress bucket, the more that everything else is going to feel as though it's out of sync, too many spinning plates and general overwhelm. Everything is state management, so the ability to manage our state and to change state from current state into a desired state or a more desirable state via the routes to wellness of exercise, nutrition and hydration, education, talking and giving back to others. Those things will change your state for you, and then utilizing techniques and strategy such as meditation, exercise again, breath work, lymphatic massage, sound baths, or even counseling. Those things will change your state. They will bring your pressures down. The biggest lesson I learned in 2020 is that love and happiness and joy are all states. They're not destinations. So if we can manage our state, then we can much, much better be the people that we want to be in a much, much happier place. I hope that message helps everybody that's listening to this. Have a fantastic Christmas 2020 and a very, very prosperous 2021. Thank you very much.
Thank you for listening to today's episode. If you'd like to share your greatest lesson on 2020, drop us a message and we'd love to hear it.
Big thank you to everyone who supported us this year. We wouldn't be here without you. So thank you so much. We wish you a happy and healthy 2021 and we look forward to connecting with you even more in the new year.
If you enjoyed this episode and you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button so you never miss an episode.
Then share it with a friend who you think might benefit.
Spread the word. That's how we're going to impact the world, by helping each other.
We appreciate you so